Yeah, you probably aren't going to see me live. I'm not going to tell it like nobody else does. Nobody else puts it on the calendar, and I'm not going to either because I'm a free agent, and I ain't gotta. So when I feel like it, I will. Right? And the whole point of being an entrepreneur, right? Thank you for coming, and of course you're welcome. And when I said, Nick supporters, I don't want here. I mean those that are like condoning her going real life on people and creating literal havoc. That means you're psycho too, and there's no fixing you. So I don't want to mix the two. I'm an empath, and I know there's no fixing. So of course you're welcome here, Nitro. I saw your comment. And thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. So just the psychos, I guess I could get a candy dish of Prozac, like I put out these donuts. I might do that. Could you take your Xanax and sit down? Maybe I should do that.
What happened with all you guys? Because the last time I was in your live stream, everybody was cool. Then I was kind of off the internet for 2 days, and I came back, and then I heard everybody saying that they weren't cool with you anymore, and I was like, what the fuck happened? It was like, for the time that I knew you guys all seemed very, very tight-knit. Like, you guys had each other's backs. Everybody was up.
No, I was new. No, I was new. I had just been brought in, being friends with Southern Girl and Chaotic and Sarah. I sort of wanted to stay with them, and so as they developed relationships with them, I sort of was a tag along. And without going into details, Nicolina knows exactly why. Okay. And my issue is with her. Okay. Nobody else but her. She knows exactly why. And
so are you and Sarah not speaking anymore either?
No, I've decided to block anybody that has anything to do with supporting Nicolina's efforts that are, not normal. They're not normal. Gotcha. You'll see what kind of fuckery that they, you'll see.
Well, I see a lot of it already, but like I said, I look past it. I
decided not to. I just decided not to look past it anymore.
Well, I have to for one reason.
Why?
I don't know all the story of what's going on, what they were all dabbling into. And this is what I tried to explain to a lot of them that, and I've even been in some of their live feeds.
But you have the choice. But you have the choice, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm not understanding what you mean you can't.
Well, what I mean is, I try to get along with everybody. I'm the person that, no matter, as long as the fuckery is not directed at me, I have no issues with nobody.
Okay, so mine was directed at me. Mine was directed at me, and I acted accordingly. I bounced.
I have respect for the real gypsy soul. I understand that some people are more paranoid than others. And what happened last week, you took as an affront to you when it had nothing to do with you.
Let's try to stay on topic, everybody. Frankie's not scared. Good to see you today. Everybody's too scared to come over here because Nicolina ousted me.
Where does a person begin? Where should I begin with this? I was listening to a clip, yesterday. I kind of wish I hadn't, but I guess it's good I did. I heard a little clip of Gypsy's live that was taking many digs on me. And it's like, you have to remember, if you're going to make comments, that just opens yourself up for, a response. I had no plans on doing anything like this whole tit for tat, and I don't plan to keep going back and forth because it's really kind of silly. What I see is from my perspective, you got mad at somebody and then you just threw everyone away that was attached to that person. I'm guessing, I'm not sure, but it also sounds like there was lots of resentments held, and it's kind of weird to pretend to like someone if you're holding all these weird resentments instead of communicating. So I jotted some notes down last night, so I think I'm an official script writer.
I left, and they're like, I'm sure because if you've ever been over there, she directs everybody on what to do, right? So, if they're told not to do any damn thing, especially be in someone's chat, you were in her chat, right? Like some communist shit. What weirdos, man. I have soldiers in my family, and they fought too hard for my freedom. So I'm not going to take it for granted.
So anyways, the beginning of my reactions to Gypsy's live on 10/7. She spoke about the Mean Girls being compared to communism. Nicolina is a communist, and everyone has to do everything she says and only go in chat she tells you. Her family fought hard for her freedom, so she wants nothing to do with us. All right. Fair enough. Communism. Nicolina, you communist.
You have to take relationships with a grain of salt. There is no loyalty here. There is none. None. Zero. I don't care who you are. Look at Jinkies and Daisy. They're sisters. There's zero, zero, zero. So don't expect it and you won't be let down. So I learned that about a year ago. And so after a year ago, the relationships became more on the surface for me. I sat back and was like, okay, I see this. And you have to observe instead of always being caught in it. You really have to take a step back, a weekend, step out of your own skin and observe how people are behaving around you. Like, let's just say, take for instance, you know you are not truly accepted if everyone is modded but you. And if you leave as a clique, like us mods, everyone's modded but you. It's kind of like Constance was right. And I even mocked that and thought, boy, aren't they going to look stupid when this goes down with me? Everyone is looking and waiting and watching. And then it happened. And it's like, you know, I mean, it couldn't have happened more perfectly the way Constance said it was going to happen.
I need to learn to sit back and just and let things play out. Because I knew what was happening now. I knew that was going to happen. How'd you know that you're psychic? No, I'm not an idiot. That's how I knew that was going to happen.
You say Constance was right about you? Constance said the mean girls would turn on you and then throw you out. So no, that is wrong. You held resentment. You failed to communicate your thoughts. You let it build up and then you threw your friends away. Now you'll start over with somebody new.
You have to take a step back and just really, but this is actually a very good social experiment. How much are you willing to just go along with what your friends are doing because you don't want to ruffle feathers? Me, I ruffle feathers. If I see something, I say something. And if it continues, I leave.
I would then like to address the real gypsy soul. Your comments about feeling like you were controlled, that isn't control. We as a community like to give respect when other people are live streaming. You were in the Mean Girls chat for less than 48 hours because you misinterpreted something, and I'm not attacking you by any means. When we would discuss live stream times, that was out of respect for each other. Some people live stream every day. Some people live stream every few days. And it's being part of a community. That wasn't control.
To thine own self be true. Not your little clique friends. Be true to yourself, you know? It does hurt. It hurts big time. Take, for instance, with Sarah. She's out here talking all this mad crap and in all these little chats that are, you know, trashing me and bashing me.
In the meantime, you go into other channels complaining and starting drama, but you said you wanted out of the drama. Remember, like you always used to say to Jimbo, offend, defend, right, coach? Like my last lives, this is a response to you. I'm not trying to start with you. I had no plans to. I don't like it. But this is offend, defend. I'm defending myself. You're the one displaying hate, jealousy, and resentment. It literally came out of nowhere overnight. I literally was flipping through a channel yesterday. I saw M. Daves and I'm like, oh, cool, what's going on there? You know, I thought he was like, I don't really know much about him, but from what I've seen, it seemed like he was kind of like a fair guy. See the first comment? I'm so glad I fired Sarah. Whatever the comment I posted, the screenshot. Like, seriously, as soon as I got in there, that's not starting drama? That's not starting drama?
Why? Because I did what was right for me. I saw that that's where she wanted to be, so why even ask? Why even confront her and say, Do you want to leave with me too? Why? She's happy. Leave her alone. I'll do me. You do you. And I can't. Here she's my co-host, and she makes material for a living by trade, and never once, hey, let's put some shirts together. Hey, Gypsy, let's put some cups together, and as a joint effort, help us make this work.
There was a complaint from Gypsy that I'm doing all this crafty stuff for everyone and never promoted her. I didn't make her panels, no t-shirts. None of the skills I have were used to promote her channel, and she said this is what I do for a business, and I never supported her. Well, I think I supported you. I shared all of your lives. You had a wrench in my channel. I know at one point you told me if people don't give you a wrench, they don't support you. You were frequently complimented and shared by all. I heard lots of people complimenting you, in fact. I remember that compliment you gave her, and it was genuine.
Yeah.
The reason I had extra time for doing videos and working on some of my craft projects is I'm not doing the shows every day. So yeah, I've been trying to get back into some of my art. So if you're assuming my recent wood art video was myself making something for another channel, it was not. I was simply testing a product called torch paste. I needed a logo or something to make a stencil for. So I was looking on my computer, and the Mean Girls logo happened to be in the correct file format of PNG. So I simply tested a product on scrapwood. And what else is false? I do not make things for a living, though at different times in my life I've been able to on the side when possible. I tend to make a lot near Christmas because I like to do anything I can to spoil my boy because he believes in Santa Claus and he will forever, and he has a hard life that he doesn't deserve and he goes through pain all the time. So yeah, that's my choice near Christmas. I do bust my ass to make it happen. I cannot always commit to time frames, to always complete orders in a professional, timely manner. So I mainly do gifts and only occasional order requests that don't have any deadlines. There's serious, complex medical issues in my household that could greatly impact order time frames, and I can't handle the stress. We have to put the family first. Gypsy, I didn't know I was supposed to make shirts for your channel. Was I supposed to make cups, keychains, mouse pads, necklaces, anything else? I carry low stock of most of my items. I would have to order blank items, pay the shipping to get them to my house, design and make them again, and then ship them again to you or that person. So I don't have the extra funds on hand to order a bunch of blanks. I would like to, though. I would like to have that available to offer others. But that's why I don't promote myself as a seller. I'm just someone that has the ability and skill. I have lots of skills in different areas because, you know, I taught myself. That doesn't mean I offer my skills to everyone. I have, when I was able to make a few creators on here, small amounts of gifts or merchandise, but those were also given to somebody as a fundraiser to help another YouTuber battling cancer. God rest her soul, that's not here, and you all know who that is. I donated to others. I don't even sell on my own channel yet.
And would do the exact same for her on her channel. Always promoted her on her channel. I go over to see how many times she shared mine once. So she's not for me.
It sounds like you were not a friend and harbored resentment the whole time. Find it strange, you know, for all the stuff I did. I supported you, moved through channels with you, talked with you on the phone when you were upset, tipped you on your show, tipped you off your show, gave you good feedback, advice, ease your mind when you were upset. So who does this overnight? You literally stated you were mad at Nicolina, then the next day announced anyone affiliated with their channel can't mod in yours or be in yours. That's your choice to cast that judgment. But simple communication for everyday, simple communication for everything, and now you're attempting to be hateful for this for no reason. You could have prevented most of this. As I said, I don't read minds, and most people don't.
And I don't care who gets mad at me for me saying that. She's not a fragile little girl who's retarded. She's a grown-ass woman who's raised 2 children, and one happens to be a very, professional person. So I'm not going to treat her with kitten gloves. Why? She's a grown woman. Why would I do that? So, hell yeah, I'm going to tell her exactly how I feel. How dare you say that about Sarah? She ain't retarded. Hell yeah, I'm going to tell her. You didn't promote us. You weren't there, always fucking late.
You complained about me being late, so now you'll get a response from me on that. How many times did you set a show, for instance, at 11, then you would just go live at 9:15, for example? You call yourself a stickler for time, but you went against your own schedule way too often. That's fine. I just tried to wing it. No biggie. I didn't even harbor resentments like you. I just roll with it. I'm chill like that. I can do that, you know? One thing you should know is many people plan their schedules, and changing it at the last minute is not something you should complain about if you're already involved in a schedule with others. You're in control of your schedule. You can do what you want, of course. I just don't find it fair you're always changing a schedule plan with others and then complain if they don't hop right to it. Sorry, my life's too complicated for that.
When she got up on my damn panel, she's making all this freaking racket. I would, mute her out. She'd unmute. I'd mute her out. She'd unmute.
It's funny how your problem with Nicolina then turns into, complaining about Sarah. So when all your complaints were due to lack of communication. Here's an example. Sarah was banging around her dishwasher on my live. Well, let me say, your shows can be long. They had no set time block, no start or no ending. So it's a little hard sometimes to catch up on your household. So I don't apologize. I do not apologize for the one time I began loading my dishwasher and then I stopped when you asked what the noise was. I stopped. You really harbor resentment for the one time I loaded a dish in my dishwasher after I stopped? You still have resentment? Wow. Another one was complaining about my walks on the beach, or as you say, playing with rocks. But Gypsy, I asked you many times if it was too loud. Your audience said they liked it. Once again, it sounds to me like simple communication, such as saying it's too loud for me and I would have done my thing. And I in fact remember you did keep muting me out, so I left it muted in between talking. You said I kept unmuting myself. I unmuted myself to talk. You invited me up there. But I did jump off the panel and just leave because I found it rude that you kept muting somebody you invited up. That's rude as fuck.
And then direct the whole, conversation to something else. And I'm like, are you listening? Because I'm getting ready to say a joke. And as a co-host, Ed McMahon would laugh at Johnny on the right timing, Oh, what? I wasn't listening. I was doing my dishes. What? Do your dishes after the live. We're live.
Did you really say multiple times in your last few days that I didn't laugh when you wanted me to? Because I thought we were always laughing together. When you hear someone say you didn't laugh when I wanted you to, do you know how crazy that sounds? Pretty sure that most that watched your show would say that we were usually laughing and having a good time. I think it appeared that way to many. Now that you have an issue with Nicolina, that now I didn't laugh when you wanted me to, is that it?
And if you don't want to be my co-host, stop. Stop. It's that simple. And I don't want to hear, well, I've got ADD. I do too, and I take my meds. I do too, and I'm a responsible human being in society, and I take my meds.
Pretty open, yeah. One of the things I'm open about is having ADD because I kind of joke around about it. Gypsy, do you remember when a comment was made to you by another creator about your mental health meds and getting them straightened out? You made the statement that you were being gaslighted. So what makes it think it's okay for you to try and imply that I need to listen to you about needing meds for focus? Your exact words were, don't tell me your excuses. You have ADD because I do, and I'm a responsible adult and I go to the doctor. And then you followed it by your clapping machine hands, clapping for yourself. So why do you have a right to tell me what I need to do? About medications. You got pissy at Nicolina for, quote, gaslighting you, quote. You seem sometimes all over the place yourself and clearly are not medicated for your ADD. But I would never say such shit to you, but since you mentioned it, you're going to get a response. You said many times in your lives that you wanted to take yourself off all your meds, or that you did, and that you take kratom because it's natural and a plant. You said you were done with pharmaceuticals. So which is it? You're a responsible adult who goes to the doctor and takes their meds, or you took yourself off everything for the plant called kratom? I'm pretty sure that's not doctor recommended for, self-medicating, but I know many people take it, but, depends on what health problem you're using it for. Some people just take it for withdrawing off opiates. Some people take it for pain, but it doesn't come without risks. That's why, I wouldn't, when I read, I wouldn't probably touch it ever.
Can I get an amen? God damn, I took it as long as I could. Now go run and tell that. Go run and tell it. Go run and tell it. Can you believe how dare she? Oh my God. Yeah, well, I did. Here you go. Go run and tell it. There's your drama for today. Now go make 20 shows about it and make you some money.
It was said on your live, Gypsy, you told me to do a live about your complaints and make a bunch of money. So you wanted me to go live and comment and make a bunch of money. Those were your words. So are you mad because I got super chats in my last live? That's what I'm kind of getting at. That's what it feels like. I could be off there, but that was a weird comment to make. I'm sorry. I'm sorry people gave me some super chats in my last live, I guess. Because they wanted to and it's their money. Yeah.
People act psychotic